All right, y'all, welcome back to the Truth Seeker Network. Today is June the 6th, and I want y'all to take a look at it since it's been a while since I made the video, so y'all get to see how the garden is looking now. Look at the lettuce, y'all. So if y'all go back and follow the videos, I told you in the beginning the yard wouldn't look like much. As you see, she's over there picking some leaves off of that lettuce now. Let's put that in a little bit. See that? Getting some of them leaves off of there. But anyway, so this is the lettuce, and it's looking really nice. You dropped one. Grab that one. And I want to just go take y'all to the garden real quick and show you how it looks. So if y'all can compare the videos in the past, but I showed y'all, the noise in the back is the air conditioner running. Anyway, so there's the cucumbers. As you can see, look how much they've grown since the last videos. They look really nice. And then right behind them, now you can see the sweet potatoes. Got two versions of sweet potatoes right here. As you can tell by the leaf structure. You got the ones that's like a star shape, and then you got the oval shaped ones, or whatever you call it. But they're starting to spread nicely around the yard too. Like I said, I'm gonna dig this little area up right here on the side. I'm gonna soften that ground up all the way from the fence all the way to the back, so that when those vines spread, they're gonna actually lay down potatoes on that side as too, on this side of the garden as well. And then if you look up over here, my pepper plants. As you can see, I have a baby right there. Baby bell pepper on that one. And I got one on that next one. I got some jalapenos that's hanging right here, right behind them. So you can see the garden is really taking off since my last video. Yep. The cucumbers got flowers on them. So hopefully we'll get some cucumbers soon. You're already seeing the peppers starting to grow, right? And this pan over here, look at this tomato plant, and you can see that it's growing nicely. I got a cucumber or something that came up right up in the middle. I'm gonna leave it alone. It came up right in the middle, and it's growing right over top of this cage right here. So I have three, they call that what they call them, Better Prince or something, tomatoes. These are kind of tomato plants these are. So I have three of them. Oh, actually four, and then I got one in the back over here. So I had some damage going on, you see it, as you can see. So I had to use some neem oil. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I had a lot of snail damage. I would come out in the middle of the night and there was snails everywhere. So I killed a bunch of the snails. And I think that they would actually seen them up on the leaves, chewing my leaves on my plant. So if you got snails and slugs in your yard, they are not good. And they were actually eating the leaves off my, I had these little black, little flea beetles on there. And if you look at this, you got little teeny holes that's on the leaves of the plant. So that's an eggplant, so I sprayed it with neem oil, right? And this one actually is starting to grow again. I had to cut some of the leaves off of it, and same with the one in the back, but they're actually starting to take off now. And I can see the new growth, and I can see actually a flower is about to come out right here. So I'm just gonna leave them alone and see what happens with those. Yep, everything is looking good. That's some nice looking lettuce. All right, so we come along and let's check out the watermelons. As you can see, something else came up besides the watermelon. I don't know what this is, because it could be a cucumber. Who knows? Anyway, I'm not gonna let it stay. But that's the watermelon plants. And they're starting to get a hold on too, because the snails were actually eating my watermelon plants up. I mean, these snails, they were eating up everything back here. And you see I got the watermelon back in the back. So they're not that big right now. But like I said, that snail damage was, you know, they were really eating them up. So what I did, I planted a bunch of new watermelon plants. Put a line. Now what I'm gonna do, of course I can't keep all these watermelon plants. So I'm gonna pick out the best ones and then pull up the other ones. Just keep the best ones and pull up the rest. And the ones that are more advanced, I think I'm gonna keep those. And over here, I have I believe that's a cantaloupe plant that came up. Now I had it come up last year. I saw a cantaloupe in the yard over this side of the yard. And I was shocked to see it, but I think that the seeds came from that plant. And so I just let that grow because I thought it was a watermelon early on. But it ended up, this is like a cucumber plant. So I'm gonna let that grow. I'm gonna leave it alone and see what happens with that one. And then right next to it, I got another watermelon plant. Now y'all can see my weeds have come up. Now these right here, I'm gonna try to leave these down here. This is the purslane. It comes up naturally in your yard. This is real healthy for you. I say that every year, but I'm gonna leave those alone. I let those grow, but all the other weeds, I'm gonna go ahead and put those up. Okay? So y'all see, everything is growing. So I just compare the videos. I told y'all in the beginning it looks like nothing, but you can see how the space is now. It's kind of everything is filling in. I gotta come back out here and do a little bit more weeding in the yard because I see a lot of weeds coming up. We had a couple of rainstorms. In Maryland over there, they had a couple of tornadoes yesterday. So anyway, let's pan back over this side. You saw the watermelons, you saw the tomatoes, potatoes, lettuce. Now let's look over here and look at the spaghetti squash plant. As y'all can see, it's all down here, going all the way up. And this is just spaghetti squash that was in the pot. And it's still growing. I'm watching out for the vine borers, y'all, because I know they're gonna be coming soon this month or at the beginning of the next month. I'm hoping it goes to flowering and producing fruit before they come out. As you can see, there's a female fruit right here. Oops, let me see. Yeah, there's a female fruit right there. And we got another one right next to it, right here. And we got a bunch of male flowers in there, so looks like that's about to take off. And let's pan over here, and let's look at the arugula. See the arugula? It's growing nicely. So I'm gonna keep on. I got a weed through here, and right next to the arugula, I got my snow peas. As you can see, there's a baby one right there. And it's starting to flower. They're starting to flower. So I'm gonna let them come on up and we'll see how they progress. And right next to that, I got some mint in between. See the mint right here? And I let those, I'm not pulling up my mint, I let them keep growing, okay? And a couple of more cucumbers right here. 2 cucumber plants sitting right here next to this. So my thing was, so when the snow peas go away, I'm gonna have this cucumber plant, that's the plan, ride up these cages right here. So that's why I left these 2 here, so when they go away, I can just let those ride up the cage, hopefully. But we'll see how that turns out. At the end, right next to it, y'all, we had a rainstorm. You see some of them laying down right here. But now you get a good look at the carrots. You get a good look at the carrot plants. That one's kind of laying down because we had a bunch of rain water come through here last night. And this one's kind of like laying down now. Get them off the ground. They'll get up by themselves though, but yeah, that rain was, you can see which direction the rain was coming. I'll put some soil up underneath this to keep it up in the air. I'll come by and resoil these to keep them up. I don't like them laying on the ground, but that rain knocked them down. But if you look down the line right there, you see some more lettuce. And now you can kind of see. Before you can barely tell what was what. Look at this, y'all. I got a watermelon plant coming up back here. I didn't plant that. I don't know how it came up. And I got another one right here. Anyway, you see the lettuce back here. They're looking a little skimpy, but they just, you know, newly coming up. So I'm gonna let these lettuce grow while we pick the other ones on the other side, and we'll just let these grow on this side and see what happens with those. And then right next to the lettuce, you guys, we have got the grapevine in my way. The cilantros. Look at them. You can kind of see them now. The rain kind of knocked them down a little bit too. But you can see them there. They're growing. And so that's all I can hope for. Let them watch it keep growing up. You see where the rain came in strong and knocked them up. Knocked them around a little bit. But when the sun gets on them, they'll pop right back on up in the air. So yeah. Got the cilantro here, a few rows, about 4 rows of cilantro. And that's it, you guys. And right behind me, the grapevine. Let's look at some grapes in the early stages. There you go. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna get that many grapes this year, because I don't know what the weather messed everything up, but the grapes are starting to form. So I'll just let these grow out and see how many we get. Of course, here's my lemon balm plant. This thing is gigantic. Look at it. This thing is growing like a tree. It's spreading everywhere, and it's dropping plants everywhere. I just gave one, I dug one up right here. Here's another one that came from it, and it's just spreading all over the yard. Right here, I got a little bit of peppermint that is just spread here. I planted it actually on the other side. And so nature finds a way, guys. Nature finds a way. This stuff spreads everywhere. So anyway, that's a kind of a backyard update. The strawberries, we already picked them. You're probably gonna see them in other videos. So I just let the plants keep moving along. Here's the stevia plant now. You saw last time all the damage it had. You can see the difference now after I sprayed the neem oil on it. And get rid of a bunch of the snails, the culprits. Now you can see it actually starting to grow out. All right. See, I also been using it for some tea and stuff. You know, using it. Already been picking it, actually using it. And over here, we got the ginger crisp apples. I think this was called ginger crisp. And remember, I told you these right here. This was growing inside of the apple. So I ended up planting these in the ground. This one is the one that I actually dug up. That's why it is a little bit smaller, because something dug it out, as y'all saw in one of the past videos. But nevertheless, they both are living, and you can see they're growing. So I'm gonna let these stay in the pot and grow as tall as they can. And then I told you I'm gonna give them away and plant them in let them be planted in plant them in somebody's yard. And hopefully they turn into nice apple trees. But for now, I'm gonna keep them here so I can, you know, take care of them so they get big and strong enough before they be ready to be transplanted. I'm just checking over here to make sure there's no eggs. So those vine borers, y'all, those things are nasty, and you gotta watch out for those. So like I told you before, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some aluminum foil around the base of this plant, all 4 of these plants in here. So therefore, I don't want these things dropping the eggs, grab up, you know, they'll destroy your whole plant. I told you, you come in here one day, your plant is beautiful. It's producing fruit. You come back, and the next thing that you see it all limp, leaning over. Oh, it look like it's just shriveled up. And you go investigate, and you look inside, and you see some Look like a hole in it. You dig inside that hole, and here's a vine borer. Sitting up there eating up the inside of the plant, eating the inside out. All right. Yep, y'all, this stuff is looking good. But y'all know how we do, right? Like again, I'm just showing you what you can do in a small space, y'all. In a small space. And then here, y'all saw when I planted the potatoes, and I got one that came up so far. I planted like 13 halves, and this is the only one I see so far. I'm hoping that the other ones or something else comes up. I'm sure it will. At least I hope it will. But I don't see anything right now. But who knows, right? I told you this soil was not that great of soil. It's kind of like clay in here. It's not the best soil. Yeah. And then the blueberries, y'all. Not many, but I got a couple on there. I got this net around it to keep the birds from eating them off. So, yep, that's what we're looking like. Look, there's a snail right there, sitting right on the side. So I'm gonna have to get rid of him. But that's what they do. They sit and wait. And then at night, they come and chew up your plants. And you don't even know what's going on until you come in the morning. You see all your plants all chewed up and wondering what happened to them. And you can't find the culprit. You're like, where is it at? That's because the snail hides in the daytime, and they come out at night, like a vampire. They come out to feed and destroy your plants. So that's it for right now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is the Truth Seeker Network. See y'all next time, and I'm out.